everybody. Come on in, everybody. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, even diamondandsilk.com. Come on in for a juicy show because we have a lot to talk about. I miss you all so much, but we have a lot to talk about where we've been.
Yes.
Okay. And then some of the stuff that done jumped off. The president signs an executive order about opportunity zones. He signed prison reform into law.
Yes.
Nancy and Chuck refused to fund the wall.
Yes.
The Democrats who refused to fund the wall. And you all, last week we were in New York and we did a segment with Lou Dobbs. That everybody, some on the left was really having a hissy fit about.
Straight hissy fit.
And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Robert Mueller. We'll talk about James Comey, Christopher Steele. Oh God!
There's so much.
Oh, it's so much, you all. Fox Nation, and even this guy that's raising money for the border. He's a veteran amputee. Okay.
But can we first also say Merry Christmas? I know we're going to come back with Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
y'all.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Okay. Are we up on all portals?
We are up on all portals.
Okay. Hit it, y'all. Welcome to tonight's Diamond and Silk Chit Chat live with your hosts, Diamond and Silk, and Silk, oh Silk, oh Silk.
Woo!
You know, first of all, I feel like we've been gone for a long time.
We really, really have. I think the last Chit Chat we did was December the 11th, about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, well, before we get into the juiciness, tonight's show is being brought to you by the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Tour. So I want you to head over there to diamondandsilk.com, click on Chit Chat Tour to get your Chit Chat Tour tickets. Because we're going to be in a lot of places coming up in 2019.
Oh, yes, we are.
So let me go ahead and run them all down to you all. On February the 23rd, Washington, D.C., Trump International. March the 19th in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. April 13th, Grand Rapids, Michigan. May 18th, Mobile, Alabama. June 22nd, Doral, Florida. July 13th, Billings, Montana. July 20th, Palm Desert, California. And August 3rd, Henderson, Nevada. Okay, so go get your tickets at diamondandsilk.com or click on Chit Chat Tour or chitchattour.com.
That's right.
To get your tickets. Go get your tickets. Y'all, first of all, Merry Christmas, you all. I can't believe it's the Eve. Christmas. It's Christmas Eve already.
Christmas Eve.
What did we do all year?
Work and travel.
Right. Well, you all. Make sure you go over there, head over there to the Diamond Silk store, get you something out of there if you want to. Don't forget to stay updated and informed with us at chitchatme, chitchatme.com. We're still building. And you know, listen, when you plant a seed, the seed don't grow up the next day.
Right.
And when you building something, Rome wasn't built in a day.
No.
And if you want to build something that's going to sustain, it's going to take time.
And you have to water the seed in order for it to grow.
That's right.
We have to give it sunshine, plenty of food to eat, plenty of water to drink, plenty of love, talk to it.
Yes.
And speak it into existence.
Speak it into existence,
That's
child.
Right.
I love it. When you speak something into existence, you sit back and you let it grow.
Yes.
And booyah, there it is. Okay.
Yes.
So stay connected at chitchatme.com.
Yes.
Now you all, I know y'all wondering where we've been.
Yes.
Well, first we were in New York. Okay. So we had to take care of some things down there in New York. You all know that we are on Fox Nation now.
Right.
And can I just say this here before we get into the juiciness? I know people like Diamond and Silk, why y'all on early? Because I'm just ready for y'all.
Yes.
So that's why we starting early.
And another thing, you know, we have a whole lot to talk about.
Right.
And so this is like, even though it's our Christmas Eve edition, it may be a small extended version.
Right. So while you cooking the ham, you can be listening to it.
Right.
While you wrapping the presents, you can.
Yes.
While you baking the cookies for Santa and the milk for Santa, you can be listening to Diamond and Silk while you're doing it.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
All right. Okay. So where was I at? So We had a lot of fun. So we went to New York. We took care of what we had to take care of there. We're on Fox Nation, you are. And I don't want to hear people say, I'm looking at your message. I can't afford it. Listen.
Right.
It starts you off as a free trial. After your free trial, I think it's only $60-some a year. Not a month, a year.
A year.
When you look at what you pay in cable.
Yeah.
And you paying for shows that you don't want to watch.
Yes.
You don't even really want to watch it. But you got your phone and you can always, listen, you can always get some Diamond and Silk.
Right.
Okay.
This is on the app.
This is on your app for Fox Nation. You can get that on your phone. You can have it on the computer. Okay. It's like to me, it's like a Netflix for conservatives, you all.
Yeah.
Listen, Netflix have their thing.
Yep.
We have nothing and we sit and we complain.
That's right.
Now that you have something, well, I'm not paying for news. Well, you're not paying for news. Diamond and Silk is over there. Listen, they have documentaries over there, game shows over there. I mean, I think it's going to be huge.
Right. That's right. We need our safe place.
Right.
To go to, because I'm telling you, when you're sitting there and you're looking at the very fake news, your blood pressure go up.
Oh, God. Mine has been high.
Woo.
Yes. I just been irritated. Just irritated. I was like, I can't look at them.
Yeah.
So, anywho, make sure you sign up at foxnation.com, you all.
Yeah.
Or pull the app up in your app store.
In your app store. That's right.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Get on board.
Yeah.
Y'all can see a little bit more of Diamond and Silk.
That's right.
And see what we're talking about, especially on there tomorrow about
oh my God,
what's happening
Tomorrow's
up there in
good.
government. Yeah.
And I like the one from last week.
And last week was good.
beautiful.
Yeah, y'all have to stay. Y'all have to keep up with what we're doing,
Right.
okay? And we're trying to keep you informed.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Right.
All right, you all. So we had a lot of fun. We went to the holiday Christmas party at the White House, you all. We really enjoyed ourselves. It was fabulous. The president was, listen, he was relaxed. Melania, First Lady, looked beautiful. The White House looked beautiful. All the food looked beautiful. We ran into a lot of people that we hadn't seen in a while. And we just really had so much fun. And you all, so I was sitting there. We met Chris Christie. We was fortunate to go ahead and meet him. And also, you all, a lady by the name of Kimberly Ann Brown. She played as Sheila Carter on The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. And when she was standing there talking to me, she's talking to me and she's talking politics. And I'm like, you look like you should have been an actress back in the day. And she said, I was. Sheila Carter. And I remember that.
Sheila Carter. Oh, my God.
She was a villain, but she was the one that made Young and the Restless and Bold and Beautiful. Now, see, the young people, the millennials don't know nothing because they're so used to reality TV.
Yeah.
But they still have them on TV, something called soap operas.
Right.
Soap operas. We would call them soap operas, but they soap operas.
Yeah.
And that's what people tuned in every day to see.
Every day.
I mean, some juicy about something, child. It wasn't like this reality TV.
When she walked up, I was like, I know this lady. Who is she? She looked familiar. And she was just down to earth. And she was excited to see us.
Yes. And the thing is, she looked like herself. She was so beautiful, you all.
And oh my goodness, all of the things that Sheila put us all through, we was all living there with her. Sheila.
But you know what? I was glad to see her. And I think that she's trying to run for Congress somewhere in California. I think she ran. She didn't get it that time. But I would love to support anything that she do.
Right.
And the reason why is because she said she wants to make a difference.
Right.
We need people up here that's going to make a difference.
Someone that's going to make a difference. Because you see what the heck we got up in there,
I see what's going on.
Yeah.
I see what's going on.
Yeah.
But before we get into the juiciness, first of all, Merry Christmas. Thank you all for all of your gifts.
Oh, my
your
God.
cards. I was talking about molasses.
Yes.
Last week on the show, somebody sent us honey. I love y'all.
Honey.
Y'all are so sweet.
Yes. Jewelry.
Jewelry.
House, books. Palm books.
Somebody sent us a red shawl.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of
Shirts.
everything. But I love you
Earrings.
all. Thank you all for thinking about us for the holidays.
You. Yes.
I give Silk her stuff. I give my stuff.
Makeup.
Thank you all. Socks.
Skincare.
Socks. You all have you just
food. I mean,
you just spoil.
Wow, you.
But I was talking about grandma molasses, and somebody sent me some good old honey. So I'm gonna have to probably eat me some of that with a little toast or something.
Biscuits and honey.
Something, girl. So thank you all so much. And I love you all for that. Thank you.
Thank you for thinking about us.
Right.
You know?
I really appreciate
even
that.
down to the messages that's coming in through the emails.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Merry Christmas to you all. I mean,
oh,
look, it has been a long year, you all.
yeah,
And I have to continue to take a breath and I have to go within,
yes, yeah,
because I can't continue I have to go within and I have
yeah.
to get into my quiet
Quiet
space.
space, yeah.
Because have you ever, I ran out of words to say, so everything that come out of my mouth will come to my mind is cuss
It's
words.
been cuss, cuss, cuss.
Because of the
Sing.
BS,
Yes.
the
The
foolishness,
foolery.
when we see it going on.
Yes.
And I don't get it. I don't get it, but I'm going to
Oh,
get it, and we gonna understand this, and we gonna
yes.
get this together,
Together. We're going to
and
learn this together.
we gonna be in this together, and we
Yes.
gonna call out the hypocrisy together.
That's
And if
right.
we see something that don't look right, we just gonna have to
We
call it
got to
out.
call that duck a
Period.
duck, a quack, skippity
Period.
quack, quack,
If it
quack.
crack like one, we gonna have to call it what it is.
That's right.
Okay. Well, you all, our president, President Trump signed an executive order for opportunity zones. He did that last week. Okay. I want to play the video. Do we have a soundbite of that?
Yes, we do.
Let's take a look.
Thing that Tim and I and everybody have been working on for a long time, and Revitalization Council. This council will coordinate efforts across the entire federal government to deliver jobs, investment, and growth to the communities that need it the most. With the creation of today's council, the resources of the whole federal government will be leveraged to rebuild low-income and impoverished neighborhoods that have been ignored by Washington in years past. Our goal is to ensure that America's great new prosperity is broadly shared by all of our citizens. Our country is doing better than ever economically, and we're able to do that. The council will focus its efforts on opportunity zones, a crucial part of tax cuts that we passed last year. Under our new tax cuts, any distressed area that is designated as an opportunity zone will receive massive incentives for private sector investment, including zero capital gains tax on any.
Okay, you all. Okay, so I hope you all heard everything that the president said there.
Yes.
So let me just break it down what it does. These zones, it will deliver jobs, investment, and growth to the communities that need it the most. Okay, people will be able to rebuild in low-income and impoverished neighborhoods. And you know what, President Trump want to make sure that all citizens are flourishing and prospering.
Yes.
Is what he's trying to do. Is what he wants to do. So he is doing what we sent him up there to do.
He's doing what we sent him up there to do, but I noticed that the fake news media don't want to discuss it or talk about it, but I do see people talking about it.
Right. Well, the fake news media, they're only going to push this foolishness.
Right.
If it ain't got nothing to do with foolishness, they're not pushing it. They're not going to talk about it.
Right. Or anything to spin it and make it negative.
Right.
And this right here is something that can benefit impoverished neighborhoods.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
And you have to go and do your research on it. But I think it's really good if you're selling something and you have a capital gains tax. Instead of paying that capital gains tax, you can take that money and reinvest it back in one of these opportunity zones.
Exactly.
You sort of see what I'm saying? Instead of
Exactly.
paying the IRS all of this here money. And that's a way,
That's right.
that's an incentive for people to build in impoverished neighborhoods, to build these communities up.
That's right.
Is what I see. And
That's
I think it's a
exactly
good
right.
idea.
Yes.
Another thing, you all, the prison reform passed the House and the Senate. Okay.
Yes.
So we have the First Step Act. It's the first step in the right direction.
Yes.
I was hearing some people on the left-wing media talk about it doesn't go far enough. They call it the first step for a reason.
For a reason.
It's the first step.
Yes.
Okay.
And he
All right.
signed the executive order on that, did he not?
Yes, he did.
Already signed
Okay.
it into law.
That's
Excuse
right.
me, it wasn't an executive
It's
order.
into law.
It's into law.
Right, that's right.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Okay. And it was bipartisan, which
Yes.
I was so happy that it was bipartisan. So it's going to be relaxing the 3 strikes and you get life law. So here's the deal. So remember when Bill Clinton put the crime bill into law, you all?
Right.
And what happened was there was something wrote into that bill where if you committed 3 crimes in a row, they just lock
Well,
you
if
up.
you got 3, that's right. If you got, it's like 3 strikes.
you were out. You're locked up for life.
That's right.
So you may have did something the first 2 times. The third time it was something minute.
Right.
They just locked you up for life.
For the rest of your life. It could have been an ounce of marijuana.
Right.
You just got locked up for the rest of your life after the third strike.
Right. Okay. So they're going to relax that a little bit. Now they're not letting common criminals out of jail.
Right.
So stop it. But people are going to be coming home that haven't did too much of nothing but been locked up for life, you all. And there before the grace of God, it could be your loved one, somebody you know. And I don't think that there is no family member that don't have a loved one that's been
affected. I don't think it's anybody that's affected by this.
Right. And I don't care if you white, black, Hispanic, Asian. I don't care what your nationality is.
Right.
You know. So, but you know, nothing from Al Sharpton to Jesse Jackson's,
nothing,
or the CBC, the NAACP. It's like they don't want to give our president credit for making this happen.
They don't want to.
And the one thing about President Trump, he is about the business.
He is about the business and getting the business done.
And getting the job done. Getting the job done. Getting the job done.
And people, you know, they want to continue to say, well, Obama started it. Obama is the one that started it. But you know what I want to say to them?
What?
At least we have a man that finished it.
That
knew how to get it done. That was not scared to get it done.
The only thing that I remember Obama doing about prison was letting a bunch of, I think these were illegal aliens, let them out of jail to run them off. I believe.
Towards the end
of his presidency. I don't really remember him working on prison reform or doing that. He pushed what Hollywood wanted him to push because Hollywood is who paid him. Nobody in the prison system paid him. That's why he didn't push it. He pushed what they wanted him to push in Hollywood. And that's exactly why Hollywood is very upset with the president. They ostracized, criticized, demean him and demonize him because he didn't take your money like that.
That's right.
He don't owe you. He's not beholden to Hollywood. He's only beholden to the American
Let me elaborate on that real quick.
Go ahead.
People need to understand that Donald Trump did not come into office to make money off of taxpayers like a lot of these different political or politicians do.
Right.
Donald Trump has his own money. He gives away the money that he gets from taxpayers. He gives that away.
Right.
He wants us as citizens to make our own money.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's why he's giving tax cuts.
Right.
Okay? So that we can make our own money.
That's right.
He's not interested in our money. And these politicians are mad because their gravy trains are drying up.
Gravy trains are drying up. They got their hand in the cookie jar and there's no more cookies. They scrapping. They trying to grab the little crumbs that's left.
That's right.
You're absolutely right.
That's
absolutely right.
That's right.
Well, you all. So I'm glad that got pushed through. We finished with that. So, you know, we minding our business.
As we are.
Okay, all right. Then we hear that General James Mattis is resigning. He will be leaving. He was supposed to be leaving on February the 28th of 2019. But as of today, I heard he's going to be leaving on January the 1st.
That's right.
Of 2019.
Yeah.
Now, first, before we get into that, I just want you to know that we thank James Mattis for his service.
Yes,
we appreciate his service and we thank him for serving.
Right.
But the commander-in-chief is over all of that.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
And so certain things, I think certain protocols should have been followed. And I don't think that, first of all, I don't think that Mattis' resignation letter should have been in the public.
Okay.
If you're going to resign, you talk to the president, you resign.
Right.
But allowing the public or allowing the media to make a big stink. I could just say this. Well, let me just show you the tweet that President Trump tweeted.
Right.
He said, General James Mattis will be retiring with distinction at the end of February after having served my administration as Secretary of Defense for the past 2 years. During Jim's tenure, tremendous progress has been made, especially with respect to the purchase of new fighting equipment. General Mattis was a great help to me in getting allies in other countries to pay their share of military obligations. A new Secretary of Defense will be named shortly. I greatly thank Jim for his service. Now, that's what the president tweeted.
That's right.
Okay? Now, President Trump want to pull our troops out of Syria.
Right.
And he also want to pull them out of Afghanistan.
Uh-huh.
I hope I'm saying it right.
Afghanistan, yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all know
Y'all
what
know
we're
what we're talking about.
Okay.
We've been
All
over there
right.
for a lot of years.
Now we have been in some of these here countries for years.
Uh-huh.
Some of these countries, like Iraq, for what 17 years.
Whew.
We've spent trillions of dollars to have people trained and
To rebuild
to rebuild
their-
countries and to secure countries.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Trillions of dollars.
Trillions.
Now here our deficit is in the trillions.
Sky high.
We're spending trillions in these war-torn countries.
Yep.
Okay. I think ISIS is already defeated.
Our president said it was. They was. And
Right.
so the deal is, what I want people to understand is that Donald J. Trump is the president,
Right.
not James Mattis.
Okay. Respectfully, because I want to be respectful. I want to be respectable to James Mattis because of his service.
Yes.
But I don't like the blatant disrespect towards our president, because I think there's a protocol. If he didn't like something, you go to the president, but that all of that other stuff should not have leaked out in the media.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And I want people to understand is that we can't continue to police patrol the world.
We can't continue
while
to do
criminals run amok in our own country.
That's right.
We can't continue to blow and invest money into other countries.
That's right.
While our own country can't find money to invest in a wall or in a wall for our borders.
That's right.
We can't continue to do that.
Continue to do that.
Right. That money, if it come back here, it'll help us pay down the deficit. It'll
Yes.
keep our military here to protect us.
Yes.
And not everybody else.
Right.
That's money saved.
Yes.
We cannot police the world anymore.
Right.
We can't do it.
We can't.
You know, okay. So we notice how certain people seem to have a problem with President Trump's decision.
That's right.
So here's our question.
What's the question?
How much interest do you have invested in us being at war? And us being in these countries?
Right.
Now, I don't want to bring this up. I'm not trying to open an old wound, but I remember when we went to war with Iraq.
And that wound is still oozing. Go
Right.
ahead. Yeah.
They did not find weapons of mass destruction. But let me come here. Let me refresh y'all memory.
Come on.
Y'all remember something called Halliburton?
Halliburton.
Dick Cheney was tied to Halliburton. People made billions, hands over fists, billions in money because of that war.
That's right.
Because Halliburton did construction over there. They laid pipe over there. Yeah. So when I see people very angry about this decision, how much money do you have invested in weaponry and all of this here kind of stuff? Because to me, and this is my own personal opinion, and I can have a personal opinion.
Yes, you can.
Can I not?
Yes, you certainly can.
I can have a personal opinion. How much money do you have invested in it?
That's right.
And listen, it's time to bring our young men home.
That's right.
Our
And
young women home.
That's right.
I'm tired of seeing them walk around here maimed with no legs, or they have issues because we've been at war this long.
Right.
And listen, the president knows more than we, the American people, know.
That's right.
So we have to trust his judgment on that.
And there's a new way of fighting a war besides putting a body on the ground.
Right.
There is so much technology out there that our president have invested the military into.
Right.
And he's making it so that when our young men and women, or men and women, are home, Americans are home, if you come to America and try some foolishness, we have a strong army that would take you out.
What? Yes. Well, after this announcement, you had there was that old Don Lemon. On the fake news.
Yes.
And a host of others. But for me, Don Lemon was the one that took the cake, y'all.
Oh, my God. He took the cake and ate the
he
cake.
acted like it was the end of the world. If you don't
Yes.
believe me, can you pull up the clip? Take a look at this, y'all. Take a look.
What happened today has made it crystal clear that President Trump is acting against the advice of top Pentagon and national security officials because he thinks he knows better.
I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me.
Is the president smarter than his generals? Think about it. Are there any adults left inside the Trump White House besides the president's adult daughter and son-in-law, maybe? And the Mattis resignation comes as the federal government is on the verge of shutting down tomorrow night, days before the Christmas and New Year's holidays. President Trump telling Congress that he won't sign a temporary spending bill to keep the government open if he doesn't get his funding for his border wall. After unfollowing Ann Coulter because she tweeted his presidency is a joke if he doesn't build a wall. Yes, really, that happened. He doesn't have Republican votes, and he knows it. But when the White House hinted Trump would accept the temporary bill, his conservative base and right-wing media went crazy. Like I said, if you're worried tonight, you should be.
Well, it looked like Lemon is on some real juice for real.
Yes.
Lemon is on some juice. You know, he need to stop acting like a lemon head.
Yes.
Stop acting like a lemon head. Stop acting like you got a sour lemon in your mouth. What's wrong with you?
It's just, I don't know what's wrong with him and a lot of them. They just act like, okay, that it was James Mattis that kept everything in order, and we need someone there to oversee the president. Like the
Wait a
president
minute.
is a child.
Well, first of all, the president of the United States is not a child. Okay, so stop treating him like one.
That's right.
You know, and Don Lemon, get a grip.
Yeah.
Get a grip.
Please.
Because you falling. I mean, and you look like you can't even get up.
Yeah.
Because it's always something.
Yeah.
It's always something.
And with our president, he's a billionaire.
That's right.
He had common sense to become a billionaire.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I believe that he has enough common sense to help this world, this country, become rich again.
That's right. And become greater than we've ever seen it before. And Don, you're not up there.
No.
You won't even go up there.
No.
Because you always sit on your little soapbox and have the most salacious, ignorant things to say about a sitting president.
So sad.
And you should really stop it.
Yes.
You know, you should. I can't believe he hadn't been. Let me be quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. So the president has since replaced Mattis with Deputy Patrick. Is it Shanahan? Shanahan, who will start January the 1st.
That's right.
And good. Yeah,
yes.
good.
And if you're not for our president agenda, why are you serving
That's
him?
right.
You're not serving him. What you're doing is stagnating him.
That's right. And you do need to go if you're not for his agenda.
You need to go. If it's something that the president wants to do, if with us being a business owner, and if we give a job for someone to do something and we say this is how we want it done, it's their job to make it happen the way we want it done,
right?
Not to come and belittle us. And I'm not saying that this is what happened to Mattis or
well,
I'm talking about myself.
Right.
It's not up to you to come. It's up to you to give me your advice.
Right.
But it's also up to you to serve me and get done what I want done.
Right. But we don't know the intelligence that the president sees.
That's right.
And so everybody jumping the gun. Oh, first of all, the president is not Obama. The president is about the business about getting things done. And if he say, let's bring our troops home, he see more than we see, you all.
Right.
So we have to trust his decision and trust the process.
That's right.
Is what we're going to have to do.
Exactly what we have to do.
All right.
That's right.
Okay, so speaking of having to do, it looked like Nancy and Chuck, they didn't want to do their job. So they refused to fund the wall.
Right.
So the wall is not funded, you all.
Right.
You talking about a filibuster and
what we want to make sure that we understand is people understand what all of this here is.
Okay.
The definition of the filibuster, the nuclear, because you keep hearing that, and a lot of people don't understand what it is and what it does.
Okay, well, break it down. You want to break it down?
Well,
You want me to break it down?
A filibuster is a political procedure where one or more members of the Parliament or Congress debate over a proposed piece of legislation so as to delay or entirely prevent a decision being made on the proposal.
Okay, that's the filibuster.
That's the filibuster, okay? And the nuclear option is a procedure that allows the United States Senate to override a rule, okay?
Okay.
So what people are failing to realize, because they continue to say that, okay, the Republicans, you have the House, you have the Senate, but they don't understand that in order for something to move in the Senate, you have to have at least 10 votes from the Democrats.
because it have to be 60 votes.
Right.
Right. Mhm.
Right.
And they leave that little point out.
Right.
And then say, well, he had the House, he had the Senate. It's all controlled by Republicans.
That's
but you
right.
know how it goes when you get to the Senate. You
Right.
have to. You're going to need those 10.
You have to have the
Democrats.
10 extra votes from the Democrats. But if the Democrats have been resisting for 2 years,
right,
not coming to the table to solve problems with no resolutions or solutions,
right,
and been trying to stagnate this country and resist the president,
right,
then that's why nothing really gets done.
Right.
And what I'm realizing is that we have been scammed all along.
Oh, yeah.
With the way that they have this system set up, it's designed to stagnate this country.
It's designed to stagnate this country, stagnate the American people, have people fighting over control, have people trying to control, have people acting like they over our money. They control our tax dollars. I just watched it all, and I just shook my head in despair like, are you serious? And if we wasn't dead into what we were doing, you would be like that. We would be like the average Americans that don't see what's going on.
Well, we have been like that.
Right.
That's why a lot of people have been asleep. A lot of people be like, well, they already got the system. It's already rigged. This, and that. I'm not going to vote for this because of that. But you know what? I'm glad that our eyes are now open to actually see the foolishness that goes on in government. As a taxpayer, we pay so much money in taxes.
Right.
I mean, $1.33 out of that $1 go to taxes. But then when we need something as Americans,
we don't get that.
We can't get that because the Democrats don't like the president.
They so concerned. It's a lot of BS.
Yes.
It's about like purchasing something like a house or a car, but you never really own it because you always have to pay taxes.
Right.
Okay. Then you pay your taxes, but then when it comes time to secure our border, you got somebody like Chuck Schumer standing up there talking about the president not gonna get a wall today, tomorrow. He don't control. You don't own our money.
That's right.
That's not your money, Chuck.
That's right.
You make them decisions with your damn money, but you can't make them decisions with our money.
That's
with
right.
Tax dollars money.
That's right.
Who do you think you are? And that's why term limits do need to be put in place. Because people like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, they old behind should have been out of there.
Yes.
When you see them real old still trying to grasp on the power,
that's right.
This is about pay for play.
Yes.
This is about their interest.
Yes.
This is about their money, honey. Yep. They don't want their money to be cut off. Somebody is making money hand over fist by leaving our borders open.
That's right.
Yeah, by leaving our borders
open. And they
want
to say that, that the wall, this is a waste. This is a waste. But I'm reminded of how Israel, they have a wall.
Right.
I remember hearing someone from Israel speak about the wall, on how they had so many millions of influx of illegal aliens coming into their country.
Right.
But now that they've put up a wall, it's down to just to zero. They may have had, I think, about 11 or 12 people that managed to come to the country, but they managed to apprehend those individuals and process them accordingly. But the wall do work. I'm also reminded of the barbed wire wall that our president just put up when those 7,000 caravan migrants was on their way here to the United States.
Right.
Donald Trump had the military down there, putting up barbed wire a wall so that these people won't just come and bum rush our border.
That's right.
Look at how many people did not come in to this country. They're over in Mexico.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the wall do work.
The wall do work.
Yes.
Well, look at the trillions that's been spent in other countries.
Yes.
Like the U.S. Congress. Remember when you all approved $24.9 million that was spent on a wall in Tunisia, along the Libya border. Tunisia, along the Libya border.
Yeah. Now, let me address something on that because a lot of people want to say, well, it was split between the USA and Germany.
I don't give a damn.
I don't care.
It was still our damn tax dollars.
That's right.
$24.9 million to be exact.
That's right.
I don't care who split what. Just like, let me go ahead and get this on off my chest. Just like you all, Congress, you gave Obama how many billion?
$150 billion
in cash.
Yes.
You let me pull out. If I pull out $10,000 from my account, the IRS is alerted.
That's right.
Why wasn't the IRS alerted about that? What I'm saying is, you all spend the billions on what you want, But we the American people telling you we need some billions spent on this wall, but you got a problem with that. That's a problem for us.
That's right. That's a big problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this year, the defense, they went back to Congress and asked for another $20 million to help with the same border over in Tunisia.
Oh, wow.
They want to help keep out illegal aliens, militants, guns, and drugs. But they can't approve $5 billion.
$5 billion measly dollars
for America. Now I understand it was millions for this other country, but if you can just blow millions for another country, let that money come back to our country.
Well, let me tell you some of the stuff they spending some money on. Study the sexual habits of quails on cocaine. They done gave somebody $874,503 for that. That could have went to the doggone wall. Blue leaf blowers at lizards. Who the hell cares about blowing lizards away with a leaf blower? That $75,000 could have went to the wall. I mean, all kinds of foolishness here. Study and daydreaming, $2,488,000. All you got to do is ask me about daydreaming. I mean, what the hell?
Study and daydreaming.
How that's gonna help build a wall?
Oh my goodness.
People, you better know where your money going.
Yeah.
You need to know where your money going.
Yeah.
Now, let me just say this here. Don't forget about the $10.6 billion in aid that's going towards Mexico and Central America.
Yeah.
But they can't come up with $5 billion for our country. And that's why I say these people, you got to be making some good money off this border being open and people just coming in here. And you know darn well that they're going to drive down the wages.
But it's time for our government to realize that charity starts at home.
Yes, it does.
Not abroad.
That's right. That's right.
Period.
That's right.
And let's just break down real quick the difference between border security and the wall.
Okay, go ahead.
And the reason why I want to break it down, because you keep hearing Chuck Schumer and Nancy talk about, well, we're Democrats, we're for border security, We've already given him money for the border security. But this is what they're not saying to us and what they're not telling. So they gave and allocated $1.6 billion for the border wall, right?
Right.
Excuse me, for the border, okay, security, okay. But remember the omnibus bill?
Right.
And the omnibus bill, whenever they allocated, what they did is they restricted what the president could use the $1.6 billion for on the border. Okay.
Okay.
The wall construction had to be avoided. Okay, so they had to avoid building it in wildlife preserved, and it blocked any construction of the barrier as a solid concrete wall. Okay, the money could be used for repairing some of the fences that was there. Okay, they restricted our president as to what he can use this particular money for. And then our president also wanted to include in the omnibus bill that you cut this funding for sanctuary cities, okay, and increase the number of detention beds for ICE, deportation agents, okay. Those are the two items that Donald Trump wanted for us, and they denied it. The Democrats denied that.
Well, okay, so now this is the hypocrisy. You want to leave the borders open,
right?
But you don't want to give our Border Patrol agents enough funding to accommodate illegal aliens. That's just like you telling me to paint this house, but you got my hands tied behind my back.
That's right.
You done already took and closed my mouth up with tape, so I can't use my mouth to paint.
Right.
How I'm going to get it painted?
And throw the paintbrush on the house.
Yeah,
It's like you're not giving him.
You're playing games is what you're doing.
That's right.
You're playing games is what you're doing. It's game playing. It's game playing.
Yes. And see, in the last negotiation, this last week or 2 weeks, Donald Trump was like, well, let me remove the restrictions that you put on that money that you gave me. So that I can use it for what I need it for.
They don't want to do that.
For certain areas, when it comes down to building the wall. And the Democrats, they say, No.
They don't want to do that.
They say no. You know, they don't want to do it. And here's a quick pic here of the wall that our president put up.
Right.
That's going to be hard for a lot of people to climb that particular type wall.
And they don't like that wall, or
They
they just don't want to fund. But here's it, they're so hypocritical.
Right.
Now they live behind walls, they don't
Yep.
want to fund the wall.
Right.
They say they want border security, they don't want to fund the wall.
That's right.
So really they are liars.
Right.
Starting with Chuck and Nancy Pelosi, Chuck
Right.
Schumer, they ain't nothing but liars and straight hypocrites.
That's exactly
is what they are.
And you know, I mean, let me just be real. You know, the other night, last night, I got to see the Grinch That Stole Christmas,
Right.
with some family members, and I was sitting there, and girl, some people that we know look like the Grinch That Stole Christmas. I won't say his name
I know it.
and who she looked like.
Yes.
Mattis, the dog. Okay, so anyway, it would be really nice if the president can test a video. Remember whenever he did this test where everybody got a test? Remember that?
So send a text message
Send
of him in a
text
video.
message of him in a video showing the American people what's really going on at the border, especially since this affects our national security.
That's right.
And you know what he can show is, okay, right here is where you have people crossing over fluently.
Right.
We need this type of wall.
Right.
Over here, we don't need a necessary a wall. We can use a drone. Okay.
Got it.
Over here, we don't need a wall here, but we can use a particular type fencing because you can't put a wall in the ocean.
Wow.
But you can put sensors certain places.
Wow.
Camera systems certain
Right,
places.
right.
To see what's going on.
Right,
Okay?
right.
And then when the coyotes comes with the drugs, right there, you may need that wall there.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It may need some type of barricade there.
Right.
And if he can do that and show the American people, all of us, so we
Right.
can see what's
So we
going
can
on.
see, because I want people to understand. People
Right.
think this is the right. They the only one want this wall. No, I'm seeing Democrats. Wait a minute.
Right.
They are saying we want a wall too.
Right.
Because when you have illegal aliens crossing the border like that, they
Right.
already know. Whoa. This is gonna drive down the wages. This is gonna take from us.
Exactly.
Okay?
Do
They
y'all
already know
understand
that.
Do y'all really understand that? And the sad thing is that there was several past administrations that voted for the wall, said that we're gonna do something about the border, voted for money for
Right.
funding for
Right.
border security.
Oh.
Okay. They were okay with that, but it's something about the word wall. I'm like,
No, it's
what's
something
up?
about they have a problem with the person. They have a problem with the messenger, and his name is President Donald J. Trump. They don't want to give it because he's requesting it.
Right.
And then as soon as something happened at that border
Right.
that affects Americans,
Yes.
Chuck and Nancy gonna be up there looking like fools.
They should be sued. They should
And that's
be
when
sued.
all Americans, that's right, should
Exactly.
sue them.
Exactly.
That's right, should sue them.
And did you know that one of the migrant caravan shelter was shut down over bad sanitation conditions? So if that barbed wire was not up, and all them 7,000 people come in.
Oh, people would have
okay,
had a lot of stuff.
At one shelter, okay, 60% had respiratory infection. 3 was confirmed cases of tuberculosis. 4 confirmed cases of HIV/AIDS.
Whoa.
101 confirmed cases of lice.
Ooh.
4 confirmed cases of chickenpox and skin infections. And this is only from one shelter. Okay? I don't know how many people was in that one shelter. But imagine all of those people coming in here on American. They don't get their shots and different things like we do
they
here
surely
in America.
do not. And that kind of disease spread, and then you want to know
Right.
why are we having these diseases that look like they're mimicking old diseases that's
Right.
coming back because you let so many people in here and people
Right.
are not vaccinated to the degree that we are as Americans.
That's
They're not.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
okay.
That's
Whoa,
right.
interesting. That's interesting.
And, you know, we have a lot more to go, but we're going to go ahead and stop here and take a quick break.
Okay. So when we come back, you all, we will pick it up about the wall. And I want to read you all something under Chapter 8, Section 1342 of our Immigration and Nationality Act. So we'll talk about that and more when we come back with more Diamond and Silk Chit Chat.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Okay, so I know that you all have been having problems with these social medias not getting our notification. You can't find us. You're getting booted off whenever you watch a video. So here's what I want you to do.
Listen up.
Go to diamondandsilk.com and click on Chit Chat.
Yeah.
Yes, we back, baby.
That's right.
With Chit Chat at diamondandsilk.com. So if you can't view it on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, then go on over there to our website.
That's right.
diamondandsilk.com.
Because you know they're coming for us, right? Oh, girl.
Go, 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 go. Hey, y'all, go to diamondandsilk.com and click on Chit Chat Live. Diamondandsilk.com. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, go. Y'all ain't got nothing on us.
Nothing.
Forget you, YouTube. Get out the way. Diamondandsilk.com. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Do you want to see Diamond and Silk keep this thing going? I mean, keep this here thing moving?
Really?
Well, go to our website, diamondandsilk.com, and contribute. Right there, diamondandsilk.com. You can make all of your contributions right there on our website, diamondandsilk.com. So we can keep this party moving on and on and on and on to the break of dawn. On and on and on and on. Like hot butter popcorn. Just on and on and on. That's diamondandsilk.com. Hey y'all,
Hey.
Join us on Fox Nation where you can see more of Diamond and Silk. You can sign up for your free trial offer at foxnation.com or download the app right now from your app store. And don't forget about the Chit Chat Tour that's going to be starting up in 2019. Our theme is Flip It Red, Keep It Red. So you can get your tickets at chitchattour.com. That's chitchattour.com. We want to see your face in the place. Join us for Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live on Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
He's your president.
Do I need to keep going?
Can you start over?
I
Because
can.
they
Okay.
had the mic.
Okay. Under Chapter 8, Section 1342 of our Immigration and Nationality Act, it is illegal to aid and abet and induce people to cross the border illegally.
That's right.
Okay. So when we see people that's raising money for people to have ladders, so if we build a wall, they can cross them. What you're doing is you're inducing people to cross our borders illegally. When
That's
you
right.
don't want to secure our border, you're enticing them to come over here illegally. Now, this is what you all need to know. Any person who, knowing that a person is an alien, bring to or attempt to bring to the United States in any manner whatsoever, such person at a place other than a designated port of entry or place, other than a designated by the commissioner, regardless of whether such aliens has received prior official authorization to come, to enter, or reside in the United States, and regardless of any future official action which may be taken with respect to such alien. 2, knowing or in reckless disregard of the fact that an alien has come to, entered, or remain in the United States in violation of law, transport or move or attempts to transport
That's
or
right.
move such alien within the United States by means of transportation or otherwise in forbearance of such violation, furtherance of such violation of the law. Knowing or in reckless disregard of the fact that an alien has come to, entered, or remains in the United States in violation of the law,
That's right.
conceals,
Yes.
harbors, or shield from detection, or attempt to conceal, harbor, or shield from detection, such as aliens in any place, including any building or any means of
Can we
transportation.
stop right there?
I'll stop it right
Stop
there.
right there. Did y'all hear that? That's part of our law.
So then somebody is breaking the law.
Somebody's breaking the law.
So when we have people setting up these sanctuary cities,
That's right.
isn't this aiding and abetting
Yes,
illegal aliens?
that's right. You
Aren't they
knowingly know that they're here illegally.
And you committing a law. I mean, you committing a crime.
That's
You
right.
committing a crime under Chapter 8, Section 1342 of our Immigration and Nationality Act.
That's right.
If you encourage or induce an alien to come to, enter, or reside in the United States, knowing or in reckless disregard of the fact that such coming to, entry, or residence is or will be in violation of the law, or engage in any conspiracy to commit any of the preceding acts, or aid or obey the commissions of any of the preceding acts, shall be punishable. Shall be punished as provided in subparagraph B.
And this is
This is what you're supposed to get.
Yes.
A person who violates subparagraph A shall for each aliens in respect to whom which its violations occurs. In the case of violation of subparagraph A, let me just keep it moving. In the case of a violation in which the offense was done for the purpose of commercial advantage or private financial gain, be fined under Title 18 and prison not more than 10 years or both.
right. And it's so much information under that particular chapter and section. People need to go Google it, read it for yourself to understand the immigration and the
Immigration and Nationality Act.
Act.
Okay, so here's my question then.
Yep.
Nancy should be going to jail.
Yep.
Chuck should be going to jail.
Yep.
Anybody that's dealing with your little donors and your lobbyists that's
Yes.
lobbying for the borders,
Right.
Those people should be going.
Anybody that's setting up these caravans, if you are an American over here in the United States and you're setting up these caravan and flow of people to just cross this border and come over here illegally, and you're knowing you're setting this up, you need to be. They need to be marching your butt right on.
What
to jail.
about all the government officials that deliberately refuse to allow ICE to do their job?
That's right.
That's violating the
That's
law, isn't it?
violating the law.
The Americans who helped organize the caravan in
Yep.
violation of this law.
That's right.
They should use this law. And are the Democrats encouraging illegals to come to our country by not committing?
But not being committed. by not being committed to securing the border.
Right. So they not committed to securing the border,
Right.
and you telling them to come on in.
That's right.
Ain't you violating this law?
That's what it looks like to me, because you knowingly know that these illegals are crossing our borders illegally. We all know that.
Right.
We've seen that. They've shown it on TV on how they do it and where they do it at. And the president wants to put certain type of barriers there, a wall, some type of security there to keep these influx of individuals from coming over here, but you continue to allow it to be open. You're in violation.
Well, the Justice Department need to step in and do their job
They
there,
do.
because some people are committing
Some
crimes.
crimes.
That's right.
Yes. So,
So, you all, speaking of some people, a veteran by the name of Brian Kalfage. I'm going to mess up the name. I'm going to call him Brian.
Brian, you know who we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
He has raised over $16 million to build the wall. Now, we commend him for what he has done.
Yes.
I'm like, he did it.
He did it.
Okay, we got to get to $1
Amazing.
billion. He did it. But this is what gets me with him, with what he did. He's a veteran.
Right.
He fought in war. He's an amputee. He should not have to come back to the United States of America.
Right.
And have to start a GoFundMe because Congress won't use our
Their
money to fund the wall.
the wall. That's right.
That's my only deal.
That's right.
Now, I don't know if the government is going to accept this money, because we've been doing our research and we've been hearing some things
Right.
that the government may not accept it. It's against the law to give the government donations
And you
for
have to go
governmental
through all of these
projects,
different
and you have to go
procedures.
through these procedures and this red
Right,
tape.
right.
So we don't know if the government is even going to accept it. Okay,
Right.
because of what we've been reading, what we've been hearing from people. But I commend him for what he's done.
Right.
I mean, I think he's done an amazing job. I mean, thank you, Brian,
Right.
for stepping up to the plate, even though you shouldn't have to. Because
That's right.
we pay tax dollars. And if we don't hold our Congress accountable
Right.
for our tax dollars,
Yes.
every time you turn
Turn
around,
around.
more money will be coming out of our pocket, because we got to raise the money, because Congress is up there bickering.
That's
They're
right.
not being bipartisan. They doing whatever they want to with
do.
our money.
Yes.
They getting their kickbacks and they patty whack.
That's right.
Okay? So it's time to hold our government accountable.
It's time to hold them accountable. It certainly is.
But-
and,
go ahead.
and with the issue that's going on with the government and with Bryant, if they won't accept the money,
Right.
we have some advice.
Right.
for them.
So, okay, let's say the 16 million, we know it's going to be more people will be donating. But let's say if the government say we're not going to accept it.
Right.
What would he do with the money? Okay. Now I heard that everybody will get their money back. But if you really want to start something,
Yep.
here is what we think you should do. If the government won't accept the money,
Right.
here is what you can do with the money.
But before you tell him what he can do, can I just add something that just came to my
Come
mind?
on.
He need to take that money and put it in a fund with a 501c3. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, like a foundation.
Okay.
It's what he needs to do.
That's
with that
if
money.
the government
If the
don't take
government
it.
don't take
Because
it.
look at who you dealing with now.
Right.
What you did was good.
Yes.
People are donating, okay?
Right.
People are going to continue to give.
Right.
Hell, as soon if the government takes it, I'm going to give.
Right.
But
But-
if they don't take the money,
Right.
what will you do to the money? And I think that maybe he should. Well, go ahead, break it down, still.
Well, if the government won't accept the money, then and they put him through a lot of red tape, what he can do is bypass the government,
Right.
and use the fund to help private citizens, the elderly, or the disabled people, Americans that need to have a wall built along the border of their homes or what have you, because there is
Right.
citizens that lives along the border
And
that can't
people they can't afford to get any kind of
Right.
infrastructure up to keep these people from coming across their
Exactly.
property.
So you can take and do that as a project. If the government want to accept the money for the wall, then you take and do it for private citizens
Right.
that needs to build a wall along their private property.
That's right. That's living along the
Private-
border.
and the problem solved, because
Uh-huh.
you're still building a wall, because there's a lot of illegal aliens that crosses private property,
Right.
and end up killing the property owner.
Right. Right. That has happened
That
before
has
too.
happened. So,
Right.
you can use your money to do that if the government wanted.
But I'm
something.
watching it closely to see if the government is going to take it, you
Right.
all. And look, I've been hearing a lot, but kudos to Bryant, you all.
Yes.
Kudos to him because he's a veteran. He sees a need. You know, but it's so sad
Yeah.
that we give trillions
Yes.
and they just give it away. I don't want to hear about what a quail is doing. I want our border secure. And with the trillions that you get, you can take $5 billion from that.
Yeah.
And do that.
It's just a drop in the bucket.
Stop
with
playing
all the
politics
money.
and why don't you use common sense?
That's right.
Common sense.
That's right.
Okay. So, Chuck Schumer, you all. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Let me just, okay. Go ahead, you all. Let me just tell you what Chuck Schumer did. Go ahead, Silk. See if they can pull that video up about Chuck Schumer.
We arrived at this moment because President Trump has been on a destructive 2-week temper tantrum, demanding the American taxpayer pony up for an expensive and ineffective border wall that the president promised Mexico would pay for. Make no mistake, the Trump shutdown is not about border security. All of the proposals we've made contain over $1 billion in new border security money, the same amount allocated last year by both parties, and even the president agreed to. And the Trump administration has barely even spent any of the border security money from last year. Everyone knew yesterday, long before the House vote, that the president's wall lacked 60 votes in the Senate. It is proven to lack even 50 votes. It will never pass the Senate. Not today, not next week, not next year. So, Mr. President, President Trump, if you want to open the government, you must abandon the wall. Plain and simple. The Senate's not interested in swindling American taxpayers for an unnecessary, ineffective, and wasteful policy. What we do support, Democrats and Republicans, is real, effective border security, but not a wall. The wall is President Trump's bone to the hard right people. It's no way to spend $5 billion for political bone, each of which would reopen the government and provide $1.3 billion in border security. We're also open to discussing any proposals with the president, as long as they don't include funding for the wall.
How is Chuck Schumer gonna tell him that he can't get no money for the wall? Like, how you gonna tell him to dismiss the fact that we want a wall, we need security?
Right.
I don't get that. So y'all know we tweeted.
We had to tweet.
Okay. And this is what we tweeted. We said now the American people get to see why nothing gets done in our government.
Mm-hmm.
The tax dollars that Chuck Schumer speaks of are American tax dollars.
That's right.
Not his or the Dems.
Mm-hmm.
Americans want the wall funded because the current methods are not working. Why won't Democrats secure America? Democrats have wasted millions of our tax dollars on secret hush-up slush funds and did so without consulting the American people. Now Americans want extra border security via the wall, and the Dems say no, we're just throwing a temper tantrum. The Dems, the same Dems that resist the wall, also live behind walls.
That's right.
They have security guards with guns. Mm-hmm. Our tax dollars pay their salary, and they are supposed to work to protect and secure Americans, not illegals.
That's right.
Abandon your walls, Chuck. Let's see how many political bones you catch. Mm-hmm. The hard right people you speak of, Chuck, are the mothers and fathers who are permanently separated from their loved ones because their loved ones who were murdered by an illegal alien that crossed the same border you refuse to protect with the wall. Americans are not the Democrats' political pawns. We are not your political pawns. Mm-mm. We are not your political pawns, and the border should be funded. And a GoFundMe should not have to be started for Congress to allocate the money for that project.
That's right. You're absolutely right. We pay too much in our tax dollars.
We pay too much money.
Yes.
Too much money. But shout out to Brian. Y'all can go over there. Y'all can donate for what you are doing.
Yes.
I'm just waiting to see how this gonna turn out.
Right.
Because you know who you dealing with.
Yeah.
And January the 1st, the Dems are gonna have the house.
Third. I think it's the third.
Is it the 3rd?
Yeah,
They're gonna have the
come in
house.
there, they're gonna,
So let's see the shenanigans.
Yeah, but
and
you know
what they do.
They don't realize that they look so horrible right now. Because, see, the Republicans passed the measure with the $5 billion in it.
Right.
The Democrats is the one that resisted and have stopped it. And even Chuck Schumer said no to it.
So that means that they are the one that caused the government shutdown.
Exactly.
Your job is to do your job. And when you go home and leave the president there at the White House,
that's right.
There's something wrong with you. You all need to fire yourself. All of you all need pink slips. Every one of you, especially the ones that went home.
And you know, you made a very good analogy the other day when you stated how President Trump didn't go anywhere.
He didn't go anywhere.
He stayed at the White House.
That's right.
He give his money away.
Give his paycheck away.
But now the people
give of himself.
That's right.
I mean, give of himself.
That's right.
You know,
and the people in Congress is gone home.
Yeah,
but they still getting paid.
They still getting paid. We need to be pulling their money.
That's right.
I'm livid with them. I'm livid with them. And something has got to be done. Right. And we're going to have to use our voices, not only us, everybody.
Everybody.
If you are an American citizen, you should be appalled at the little games and the tactics that they're playing. And they're risking the lives of American people.
That's right.
They're putting the American people's lives in danger when they don't won't secure our
borders.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so you all, I wanted to just, I just need to just call out something before we go.
Go
I know it's time to go, but we were on Lou Dobbs last week while we were in New York. And Silk, I don't even know if they have the video of it.
Oh, they have the video of it.
Okay.
Yes.
But I want you all to see what was said on Lou Dobbs. And when we come back, I need to explain something. Take a look at this.
16 FBI agents raiding the home of a protected Department of Justice whistleblower.
That's a gangster move right there. That's what the mafia do. And that's what I see the FBI, I see our government being deemed as that by the way that they are acting and treating people. How are you going in search of a crime? You're going in search of a crime because there is no crime.
Right.
Okay? There was no crime in the first place for this Mueller investigation to even be over with the Russia and the Trump and the election collusion. The one that colluded this election right here is the Hillary Clinton camp, the DNC, the FBI, and I can keep going on and on and on. Look, that's who colluded this and interfered in this election right here.
And I couldn't agree with you more.
Wow. So you all, we had some people on the left, like the April Ryans, the Montel Williams, and so many more that was so upset by the intellect and the truth that you dished out that night.
You know, I don't know why people think we just two dumb black women. Because I even see some people ask, did you all write this yourself? And I'm like, are you freaking serious?
It's sad.
It's really sad that they too ignorant to realize that black people have brains too.
Right.
And they black people.
They demonize us to only elevate themselves. Because they didn't have the knowledge to come up with that. Let me just go ahead on and just break this thing right here down.
Go ahead on.
First, they want to say, oh, it was collusion, right? It was collusion, Russia collusion. Well, according to Peter Strzok, colluding ain't a crime.
That's right.
Then they want to say, oh, it's obstruction of justice. Well, the FEC ain't came out to nobody about no obstruction of justice.
Right.
Then they want to say, oh, I'm sorry. They want to say some campaign finance laws was broken. The FEC ain't came out to nobody. Let's go back to obstruction of justice. Then they want to say, oh, it's obstruction of justice. Well, let's go back to obstruction of justice. If the president asks Comey why they're in the private, is this a private conversation between us? How is that obstruction of justice? And when Obama was on 60 Minutes back in 2000, was it 15 or 16? I got the clip somewhere when he was on 60 Minutes and he was talking about Hillary Clinton and about that particular case with her email scandal. Wasn't that obstruction of justice? So y'all need to get your facts straight, okay? You need to stop wavering back and forth. Get your message straight. What is it? And I'm sorry, they are in search of a crime.
Because when you are investigating a crime, then you go in search of evidence for that specific crime.
That's what you do.
You're supposed to do.
Right.
You don't go in search of a crime just to have something to investigate.
Right. That's right.
Did you get that? Do you understand
That's a
that?
waste of tax dollars.
That's right.
And when I look at everything, okay, so if collusion is not a crime,
right,
is obstruction of justice. If Obama, if the FBI, the head of the FBI, did not get Obama when Obama got on 60 Minutes and started running off at his mouth about Hillary Clinton and her foolishness.
Right.
He said, I don't think it posed national security problems. I think it was a mistake that she acknowledged. I don't think that the way it's being ginned up is is in part because it's politics. I can tell you that this is not a situation in which America's national security was in danger. If he can intervene into that, that was obstruction of justice.
That's right.
Oh, please.
That's right.
Okay, so you don't have that.
And there is no crime.
That's
because
right.
if you had evidence of a crime,
right,
then it wouldn't take you 2 years to investigate that crime. What you're doing, what Mueller and them are doing, are going outside of the scope of what they are supposed to investigate to find a crime.
That's right.
To try to connect it to the president, Donald Trump. That's all they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
All of the different things that people have been found guilty or pleaded guilty to has absolutely nothing to do with Russia colluding.
That's right.
And Trump colluding in the election.
That's right. That's right. When I look at that, when they claim about campaign finance laws was broken, did nobody? Who's supposed to? The people that's over the campaign finance laws, even they saying wasn't no campaign finance laws. They didn't come after the president for that.
That's
the
right.
notice of intent was signed about this little notice about them doing business over in Russia. Remember, the president, he is a businessman, was a businessman doing business.
That's right.
Okay, I'm just looking at how the left is running things, and I'm like, they done spent $40-some million, and there is no crime.
And when you make up the investigation, you go in search of the crime to fit the made up evidence.
Right.
That's what Mueller and them are doing.
That's exactly what they're doing. So I'm sorry with the April Ryans and the Montel Williams and all the rest of you all, because on Twitter I think the video went 1.1 million.
It was 1.8.
Oh, 1.8 million views, almost 2 million views. Don't get upset because we use common sense. You all want to be on this Russia collusion BS. You can stay on that. We not staying on that. You all know this is hogwash. You all know this is straight sugar, honey, iced tea.
Can I say one thing that Newt Gingrich had tweeted out?
What did he tweet out?
He said it will help if Mueller would release the 70 hours of interviews with Michael Cohen. The American people could see how many different stories he told, how much he was threatened, and how the prosecutors blackmailed and bargained to get what they wanted. Release the tapes.
And that's what Newt Gingrich tweeted out.
That's right.
Yeah, I wanted to address that, and I want to explain to the Montel Williams and the April Ryans. Let me just explain it like this here. Imagine somebody don't like you. And the FBI come after you. And they can't find nothing on you.
Right.
So they go back, April, when you went and got a credit card. And allegedly you may have reported your income as being one thing and it was another. I'm saying allegedly. I ain't saying you done it. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm giving you an example. And then they come back and they get you for that. But they supposed to be investigating you for this so-called crime that they claim you committed.
Right.
Montel, look at how you had that lady on your show. What was Sylvia Brown? And look at how you took and you used those payday loans to rip black people off is what you did. You was the face of that. And you knew that mess was ripping off black people. So what if the FBI come back on you, Montel Williams? Well, you know when you had Sylvia Brown on your show, and she was saying some of these things as if it was true and it wasn't true. A lot of people may have lost some money from that, allegedly. Or when you had these people getting these payday loans, and these payday loans had people further in debt, allegedly. What if the FBI came back on you? See, people got to be cautious.
That's right.
How you snicker and you laugh and you point the finger, because today it's them. Tomorrow it can be you. This is wrong.
What's this other guy you was just talking about when I came in tonight?
Oh, Lamont Hill.
Yes.
He got fired from CNN.
Right.
So I was listening to, what he was saying about him being fired. But the deal is, Lamont Hill don't even realize how he sat there on CNN and spewed the most hate towards a sitting president. And then when you get fired, you feel like black people are supposed to speak out on you. First of all, or for you. First of all, Israel is our ally. Okay? So I just can't understand, why are you dancing with the devil on that? Why are you over there for one? But I look at, you reaping what you sow.
Yes.
I ain't never seen you sit up there on CNN. You didn't question Obama when Obama gave Iran, who shouts death to America, $150 billion in cash.
Of our money.
Of taxpayers' dollars.
Yes.
Where did that money come from like that?
And
how did you get that in cash?
That's right.
Did Iran give it to you in cash and you gave them their cash back? Because I believe on that money it says, in God we trust. Boy, bye. I had to get that off my chest. I know we done so gone over, you all. We done gone over. It's time to end this. But look, I'm just saying is that today is them. Tomorrow it can be you.
Yeah.
What's going on with this investigation is wrong. How they're doing it. And when I look at the people that's coming into Congress, Elijah Cummings, sending stuff to the White House for this and that, you're wrong. Tricks, games.
Yeah.
Look,
we'll discuss.
Merry Christmas to you all. Let me end on a positive. Merry Christmas. Go get your Chit Chat Tour tickets for 2019. ChitChatTour.com or DiamondandSilk.com. Click on Chit Chat Tour.
Don't forget to pray.
Yes, pray you all. Pray every day at
Every
11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We pray for our country. We pray for our president. We believe that prayer changes things. And you all have to forgive me because I have to go within during this holiday season.
Yes.
And let me just relax.
Yes.
Because I'm so irritated by what I see and I want to do other people see it.
Well, before we go, we know it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
We came to you for this little treat. We know it went over, but it's a treat from Diamond and Silk.
Yeah.
To say thank you all. We're about to end this year.
Yeah.
And we want you all to love on each other.
Love on each other.
Yeah.
And stop bickering back and forth.
That's right.
And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. When we see our government, it's not making any sense. When we see Congress and our Senate, you're not making any sense and you're not working for the American people, it's time to call some people out. And that's what we just going to have to do. We're going to have to call them out because I want to scream, y'all, to the tips of my doggone lungs. Okay, so listen, you all. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We was just coming to give y'all the 211. We called the 211 because it's two of us.
And we're the ones giving it to you.
So in the meantime, in between time, we will see you next time right here on Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live. Good night, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Don't eat too much and love on each other.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.